So these are the two compound generators: long shunt compound generator and a short shunt compound generator. Okay. So for these compound generators, we have derived current equations. You can see them on the screen. Equation 1 left side is for long shunt. Equation 1 on the right side is for short shunts. Both are same, but the difference is in voltage equations. Okay. So in voltage equations, you can see, right? So Eg is equal to V plus Ia into Ra plus Rse, and similarly, it is Vg Eg is equal to V plus IRA plus ILRSE. Okay. So field current, finding the procedure of finding the field current I have shown you. So you can find the field current using these two equations, respectively for long shunt compound generator as well as short shunt compound generator. Okay. So ISH is equal to V by RSH. ISH is equal to V plus ILRSE by RSH. So this problem I have given in the previous class. So that problem we have solved, right? Both for long shunt as well as short shunt. Okay. So for long shunt we have solved this problem, and for short shunt also we have solved. Okay. And next, what type of generator is left for us to derive the equations? Today we will see uh, what type of generator is left. Anyone? Hello. Hello. CR. Mokshit is there.
Yes, sir.
World CR is there.
Sir?
Three is there.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes, sir.
World CR, I am asking about if she is not there. So
She's there, sir.
Sir, I'm here. Sir, is my voice audible?
yes, audible.
Yes, sir.
So I am asking what type of generator is left here. What is the generator left? Out of the class, we have seen the classification of machines, right? DC machines classification, both motor and generator. So how many we have got in the classification? Are you able to see the screen?
Yes.
Oh. So till now, which one we have? Which one is left? Which one to be discussed? Shunt generator over, compound generators are over. The series generator is there for discussion, right? So today we will see the series generator. So series generator. I will draw the circuit. So as usual, the series, the generator is named as series generator because the field winding and armature are both are connected in series. Okay. So that is the main criteria here for the classification of the generators and motors, right? So what is the criteria? How the field and armature are connected. Okay. So this is a series field. So its resistance is RSE So this is a armature. It is having its generated EMF EG and its resistance RA. Okay. Now these are the terminals of the generator. So where you can connect a load resistance RL, and the voltage available at these two terminals is the voltage of the generator, terminal voltage of the generator, right? So here the current that comes out of this generator armature is denoted by armature current IA. So this armature current IA, the same current, the same that flows, that passes through series winding, series field winding, right? And the same current passes through series field winding, and the same current passes through load. Okay, so this is a single loop circuit. There is only one closed loop, right? So whatever the current flows in one branch, the same current will be flowing in all the other elements of the loop, right? So if you find if you want to write any current equation, what will you get? So we have denoted different currents of different elements, right? So I can write by just by looking at this circuit, IA is equal to ISE is equal to IL. Okay, so IA is equal to ISE is equal to IL, right? Series generator. So this is the current equation of a series generator, right? Now, before going to apply KVL, we are using simplified circuit, right? So the simplified circuit, if you see, that means it represent all the components with their elements, symbol of their elements, their quantities. So series field winding is having its resistance. So armature is having a brush resistance and armature resistance, and inside of the armature you have induced EMF, which is variable denoted by EG. Okay, so this is RSC, and here at the terminals you have connected, we have a load resistance connected. So whatever the current flows comes out of the armature, that is armature current. The same current flows through, the same current flows through the series field, and the same current flows through load. Now, so the polarity of this generated EMF is plus and minus like this, and this current passes through this armature resistance. Its polarity is plus and minus. Similarly, for brush resistance, it is plus and minus. For the series field, this is plus and minus. For load, this is plus and minus. Anyhow, this voltage is terminal voltage. Okay. Now, applying KVL. Right, gives what? So starting at the bottom at this starting point, starting here, I will encounter minus sign, so minus EG plus next element RA, first terminal is plus. So what is the current that is flowing through RA? What is the current that flows through RA? Balasubramaniam, he is there. Datta is there.
Hello, sir.
Tell me, what is the current that flows through resistance, armature resistance? Don't put me chart messages.
Same current, sir. I
Same current means what is how it is denoted? It is denoted by
IA.
any symbol or not? Huh?
IA, sir.
IA, right. So what is the voltage across RA, armature resistance? How can we write?
IA times RS.
Right, very good. IA into RA plus RB is also there. We can combine plus ISC into RSC plus V is equal to 0. Okay. So EG is equal to V plus IA into RA plus RB plus ISC into RSC. But ISC is equal to IA, and neglecting if RB is neglected, if RB is neglected, then what? Then we will have EG is equal to V plus IA into RA plus RSC. Okay. So this is the equation 2, which is voltage equation. Okay. So the voltage equation is this for series generator, and current equation is the first one. Okay. So here we have seen the simplified circuit. So anyhow, I am repeating again once again. You should not use this circuit. Okay, in examinations. Okay, so not should not be used in examinations. Okay, so because I am showing you this uh, for the purpose of easy understanding. Okay, by you people. Right. So next, what is the topic? What topic we are left with? Hmm? Hello. Okay. Now let us see losses. Losses in a generator. In a generator DC machine, it is better. Losses in a DC machine. Right? It's not in a. Okay. So losses of a DC generator, let DC machine, let us see. So I have explained you that DC machine. See, DC machine. If you take a DC machine, right? What do we do? Its output. Output is electrical, and it input mechanical energy, right? Output is electrical energy, input is mechanical energy, right? So what it will do, it will convert mechanical energy into electrical energy. So in the process of conversion, right, there will occur different types of losses, right? And your total input is not going to be converted into electrical energy. The total mechanical energy which you are going to give, which you are giving to your generator, is not going to be converted into total, completely not going to be converted into electrical energy, right? So because no machine is 100% efficient, so right, so every machine will have its own losses, right? So in the process of converting mechanical energy into electrical energy, uh, the energy supplied to the machine, somehow part of it will be lost in the form of different losses, right? So the various losses occurring in generator are divided, are can be, are like this, right? First one, so various losses occurring in machine are, first one is a copper loss, second one is a, okay, in the copper loss also you will have a sub classification, right? Magnetic loss, third one, it is also called magnetic loss or iron loss also. So most it is called, we generally call it as iron loss. Okay, so third one is friction or mechanical losses. Okay, so these are the three types of losses that will occur in a DC machine, whether it is a motor or generator. You will have all these losses occurring in a DC machine. So let us see where this will occur. Where means which part of machine these losses will occur. What is the reason? Okay, and how to avoid, or or reduce. So you cannot avoid any loss, but you can minimize, or right, as much as you can. So loss means it is a not a
Undesired form of energy.
uh,
Undesired form of energy.
undesired, right? It is not desired. So loss no one wants to bear, whether whatever is the energy loss, financial loss, relation loss, right? So that is a not required, not a desired one, right? Desirable, not desirable. So first let us see the copper loss. Okay, so first one, copper loss. So copper loss occurring in the generator, in the copper parts of it. Copper loss occur in the copper parts of the generator. That's why they are called copper loss. Okay. So for example, if you see in this series generator circuit, what are the copper parts here?
Windings and
Winding, which winding?
armature winding.
Armature winding, and
Field winding.
uh, Field winding, very good.
And the connections are wide,
What connection?
wide connections.
Wide connections, excellent. So obviously the copper is a conducting material. It will have its own resistance, and that's why copper loss, right? In the copper loss, we have a armature copper loss. This Cu stands for what? Cu stands for what?
Copper,
Copper.
copper,
Yes or no? Copper
yes,
is denoted by Cu. Cupric, right? Cupric oxide. I think you might have heard about it. Copper plus oxygen gives you cupric oxide. Okay. So armature copper loss. So copper winding, armature winding is my screen visible to you?
yes, sir, it's visible, but nothing else.
Visible? బాబు కనిపిస్తుందా? 1 minute, please. This getting connected. I think my screen is visible to you. Hello.
Still it is telling shares.
Huh?
Still not
Not
shared.
yet shared, sir.
Loading.
I didn't get you. Speak clearly or loudly.
It is loading, sir. Still not shared.
Okay, okay. Now is it visible?
No, sir.
Hello.
Not visible.
Okay, copper loss. I think now it is visible. So copper loss are two types: armature copper loss and what next? Why you told?
Field winding copper.
Right. Field winding copper loss. Field winding copper loss. Okay, so if you see the armature copper loss, so it is because of a armature resistance. So what is the current that flows in through the armature? Ia. So Ia square into Ra. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is 30 to 40% of the total loss. Okay, so this is 30 to 40% of total loss. Okay, next here it includes, generally we can consider you will have armature winding along with some connecting wires also there. It is included, everything is included in this armature resistance. Okay. So next, field winding, field winding copper loss. Okay. So this is given by IS square RSH in shunt generators, and shunt shunt and compound. So ISH square RSH is shunt and compound machines, and series machine, the resistance, the winding which we use as a field winding in series generator, it is in series with the armature. So its resistance is RSE. The current that flows through this machine is a sorry, ISC square RSC or IA square RSC, because both are same in series generator, that is armature current and field current. Okay, is it clear? So these are the different parts in which your machine loss of the machine will occur. Okay. Next, iron loss. Iron loss or magnetic loss. So these are subdivided into two, right? The first one is a hysteresis loss, and second one eddy current loss. Okay. So this hysteresis loss is because of the magnetization and demagnetization of the core and poles. So this is due to magnetic reversals of armature and field poles. Did you get this point?
Yes, sir.
Magnetic reversal. What do you mean by magnetic reversal?
The iron in the iron core, it gets magnetized, like same as like a transformer. In a transformer, we have laminated cores just to reduce the hysteric loss.
Okay, we reduce laminated core. Okay, to reduce not
Hysteresis loss.
hysteresis loss, but to reduce eddy current loss.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the question is what I told you that this hysteresis loss is due to magnetic reversal of
Magnetism.
the magnetic material of the machine. Okay,
Yes,
hysteresis
sir.
loss is due to the magnetic reversals. And now the question is, what is the meaning of magnetic reversal?
Like the iron gets magnetized and demagnetized. Like it happens in a cycle.
Very good. So the magnet magnetizes and demagnetizes. But in which part of the machine the magnetic reversal will takes place is iron parts. That's why these are called iron loss. So, and this is hysteresis loss is a hysteresis loss is due to, sorry, eddy current loss is due to eddy current in iron parts or magnetic material, parts made with magnetic materials in the machine, right? So let us see separately what is hysteresis loss. Okay, I will explain you the simple diagram. So this is a so what is this armature core? Armature core. Sorry. This is commutator. Okay. So this commutator is continuously under the influence of a, this is core. Okay. So this commutator is continuously under the influence of North Pole and South Pole. Okay. So because of this, that means what happens under the influence means what? It is passing through the flux produced by North Pole and flux produced by South Pole. Okay. So that means the armature is magnetized in one direction when it passes through uh, the South Pole, and in the another direction it is magnetized when it passes through the North Pole. Okay. So for magnetization process, what should happen in a magnetic material? In the magnetic material, you will have dipoles. So when you rub a permanent magnet over a magnetic material or iron piece continuously for some time, what happens in the magnetic material is all the dipoles that are there in the magnetic material, they will be aligned in one direction. If you rub with the North Pole or if you rub with South Pole, they will be aligned in another direction. Okay. So what here we are doing is the magnetic energy utilized to magnetize the magnetic this armature core, okay, is lost when the magnetization is reversed. In the first moment, when it passes through South Pole, it will be magnetized in one direction. That means if you use magnetic in South Pole, when the armature passes through the influence of South Pole, that part of the armature is magnetized as North Pole. And okay, when it passes through the influence of South Pole, the part of the armature core is magnetized as North Pole. And when, because it is rotating and it obviously comes next into the influence of North Pole. Excuse me. So obviously when it passes through the influence of North Pole, you will have the armature core magnetized in as a South Pole. Okay. So initially some energy is utilized to magnetize, and now another some part of energy is utilized to magnetize in the reverse direction. So because of this magnetic reversals, okay. So if, for example, if I draw a horizontal line like this on this armature core, so upper part is magnetized as South Pole, and this lower part is magnetized as this part is magnetized as North Pole. Okay. And because it is rotating, obviously this process will reverse. So for this, some amount of energy is lost. So right. So that is lost hysteresis loss. You might have seen a graph like this. Hysteresis curve it is called. Magnetization in one direction and demagnetization and magnetization in another direction. Okay, so that's why it is called hysteresis loss. Okay, next eddy current loss. Now I will draw again the same figure as armature. What is here? What happens here is this armature is a laminated armature. Okay, it is an iron part or magnetic material, right? So not only this armature, field poles. Field poles are also magnetic materials. Right? What is happening here? This iron part, this is rotated. Okay? So it is under the influence of magnets. Okay? So what happens? This iron magnetic material or iron or steel, whatever may be the material the armature core is made of, it is a conductor only, right? So this conductor is
Yes.
being rotated in the magnetic flux. So obviously the flux linking this magnetic armature core will change. Yes, right? The flux linking this magnetic core will change. So according to the Faraday's law, you will have induced EMF in this core also, because it is nothing, after all it is a electric conductor only. Even though it is a magnetic material, it is a conductor, electric conductor. So this conductor will have induced EMF in it because it is rotating in the magnetic flux, and hence there is a change of flux linkage. So this change of flux, because of this change of flux linkage, you will have induced EMF in this core. So this core will have some currents flowing in it. Okay, because of this induced EMF, you will have current flowing in the core also. But the core and the armature winding are isolated. So you will have winding completely isolated. See, if it is a conductor of a winding, there will be a thin layer of insulation. So current that is flowing through this conductor, even though it is on the core, will not pass through the core. Similarly, current flowing in the core cannot enter the winding. So you will have, so because of this process, right, you will have currents flowing through in the circulating in the eddy currents. These are called eddy currents. So eddy currents will circulate in the magnetic field poles as well as armature core. Okay, so eddy currents. So eddy current will circulate in the core as well as in the field poles, armature core and field poles. So this will cause obviously this core will have its resistance, so that current is circulated and it is lost as a heat in the core and poles. So eddy currents cause a loss in core, power loss. So where did this power came from? This total power is coming from the prime mover.
Mechanical.
Prime mover that is with the machine which is rotating this generator. So that mechanical energy is converted into the electrical energy. So that part of this electrical energy lost as a eddy
Heat
current
energy.
loss. Okay. So this eddy current loss heats the core because of this heating of, because current causes loss when it is flowing through the any conductor because of the resistance of the conductor. So that is converted into heat. Obviously resistance converts the electrical energy into heat. Heating of core is the result. Okay, nothing but the electrical energy is converted into heat here. That's it. Okay, actually the mechanical energy is a, we wanted to mechanical energy converted into electrical energy, but after getting converted into electrical energy, part of the electrical energy is lost as a eddy current loss, hysteresis loss, copper loss. So copper winding is having resistance, so its resistance causes the electrical energy converted into heat, and here eddy current also converts some of the electrical energy into heat. So out of the total mechanical energy, so different losses will it part of the total input energy lost as different losses, just as we are seeing now. Okay, so next, mechanical loss. Mechanical loss. So in the mechanical loss, you will have friction loss and windage loss. First one is friction. Second one, windage loss or air friction. Air friction loss. Friction loss means this is because of friction between rotating parts. Okay, and this windage loss is between friction between air and rotating parts. I think it is clear, nothing to explain here, right?
Yes, sir.
Hmm? Is it not? So these are around 20%. Okay, so armature is rotating. So generally we'll have bearings here. Here also bearings. Friction at the bearings will cause some energy lost, mechanical energy lost, and this is rotating, and some air will be present in here. So friction between air. So between air and rotating parts, you will have friction. So that is friction between air and rotating parts. So finally, the total losses I can represent like this. Total loss. So you will have a iron loss, iron loss, and copper loss, mechanical loss. So in this copper loss, you will have further What are the losses? Armature copper loss, field copper loss, and if it is a compound generator, you will have series field copper loss also. Okay, so this is series field copper loss. The first one is a shunt field copper loss. Okay, so we have to write it shunt field. Next, what? In iron loss, hysteresis loss, and eddy current loss. In mechanical loss, one is friction loss, second one windage loss. So this is a picture of a total losses that can occur in a DC machine. Okay,
Sir, what about the loss through sound? Oscillating,
oscillating.
like moving parts create sound,
Moving parts create what?
sound, and loss through
Sound.
sound energy. Like any moving part creates sound, sir. When it vibrates,
See,
so the energy is lost.
no, it vibrates. See here we are having rotating parts, right? So this armature rotates. Okay. So when rotating, it will have friction with the air. Because of that, you may get some sound. Okay.
Yes, sir. Air column vibrates there.
Whether air column vibrates and these parts also vibrate. The vibration is almost negligible.
Okay.
Okay. So the vibration will come when you place the machine on a plinth. You have,
Yes.
let us say we have mounted the machine on some base, cement base made up of concrete or cement. So if the fixing of the machine on the base is not proper, then you will have vibration,
Yes, sir.
right? So that is not a that we not consider, because that is not a loss, right? Because of loose uh,
Connection.
the screws are loose, because of that machine may uh, move from its base. Okay, so generally we don't consider that we have fixed the machine with not in a proper position, right? So generally we fix the machine in proper position.
Yes,
So
sir.
after fixing it, what happens in the machine is these losses will occur. When you give the
Okay,
mechanical
sir.
energy or electrical energy, you will have different losses like this. Okay, so
Okay, sir.
generally these are shunt field loss is a constant one, because shunt field current is generally constant. Okay, and these mechanical loss are also constant. Okay, so combinedly these two are called constant losses, and the armature copper losses are, copper loss is generally variable, because when the load changes on the generator you will have current varying. So when the current varies, ia square r changes. So that is the reason why we call armature copper loss is a variable copper loss. Even series field copper loss and armature copper loss is variable. Only shunt copper loss is a constant one. So this is constant. Armature copper loss and series field copper loss are variable. And similarly here, friction loss and windage loss are generally constant for constant speed machines. Okay. So constant speed machines are, let us see later. Okay. Is there any doubt regarding the topic we start today?
No, sir.
If you have any doubt, you can ask. So when is our exam?